Not too long ago, Royal Enfield Motorcycles opened their North American offices in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Yes, just down the street from Harley Davidson. Now you might be tempted to think of Harley as an industry giant and Royal Enfield as a tiny upstart. Until you actually check the numbers and discover that worldwide, Royal Enfield sells 3 motorcycles for every 1 sold by Harley. And with all the new models Royal Enfield has introduced lately, the difference is growing fast. Year over year, Royal Enfield's sales have grown by 13.5%, and that's in a year of global slowdowns and supply chain drama. So, if opening up the office right next door to Harley Davidson could be seen as an open challenge, the latest model introduced by Royal Enfield can be construed as a declaration of war. What is this bike, and why is it one that Harley Davidson should have introduced, but didn't? Stay tuned to find out. And as always, if you find this content valuable, please consider subscribing, liking the video, and sharing it with someone who would enjoy it. Harley Davidson doesn't really have an entry-level bike, or won't soon according to rumors. The least expensive motorcycle currently listed on Harley's website is the Iron 883 at $11,250 US. Good luck getting it for that. And the persistent rumor is that this bike, as well as the 48, which is the second least expensive Harley, will be discontinued next year. To be clear, for all their flaws, both of these bikes have a huge following and are beloved for their character and clean-looking, air-cooled aesthetic. If this rumor is true, that would leave the Sportster Nightster at $13,500 US as the new entry-level Harley. A bike that is nice enough and does sport impressive performance, but has neither the character nor the good looks of the outgoing air-cooled Sportsters, especially on the left side. Yikes. And so, in his unending mission to make Harley into a premium brand by purging any and all bikes that may be perceived as being reasonably priced, Harley CEO Jochen Zeist has left a glaring hole in the entry-level American-style cruiser segment, a hole that Royal Enfield has quickly moved to fill. Now, in case you didn't know, Royal Enfield, not Harley Davidson, is the oldest continually surviving motorcycle brand on the planet. They started building motorcycles back in 1901, 2 years before Harley, and have been churning them out ever since. Yes, at one point the British wing of the company went out of business, but the Indian wing continued, and here we are. Royal Enfield is known for producing classic British-style motorcycles akin to Triumph and BSA and making them faithful to the original bikes in design and performance. And price. The Interceptor 650 looks straight out of the mid-60s with its air-cooled engine and simple design. And while it may not be able to keep up with the new liquid-cooled Triumph Bonnevilles, it looks more old-school authentic than those bikes, plus it's 2/3 the price of the least expensive Triumph. But it's a standard motorcycle, not a cruiser, so it doesn't really compete with Harley Davidson. The Interceptor 650 doesn't, but the new Super Meteor 650 does, and I have to say, this is a good-looking motorcycle. So, what do we know about it so far? Well, it's a pretty simple bike. It shares the Interceptor's 648cc air-cooled motor, which produces an A2-friendly 46.4 horsepower and 38.6 pound-feet of torque. Not impressive, but neither is a stock Iron 883. The frame is all new and the bike has that low-slung cruiser look. The seat height is 29.1 inches, relatively low for most motorcycles, but not that low for a cruiser. Still, most riders should be able to flat-foot it. The wet weight is 531 pounds, which is about 80 more than the Interceptor, but about 40 less than the Iron 883. And the wheels are a cruiserish 19-inch front and 16-inch rear. Braking is ABS with a single disc front and rear. The tank holds 15.5 liters and the shocks actually look pretty good. The fork has 4.7 inches of travel and the twin shocks give the rider 4 inches of cushion before spinal compression ensues. That's a lot better than some of the Harley or Indian competition that only provides shocks with 2 inches of travel. I guess you can spare your customers the chiropractor appointments when you don't insist on your bike having a 26-inch seat height. The instrument cluster is a good mix of classic and modern with some analog features, but also containing Royal Enfield's Google Maps Tripper navigation feature. The lights are full LED, the wheels are mag. I would have preferred wire spokes, but these are attractive enough. And Royal Enfield also offers the bike in a Grand Tour version, which is equipped with a windshield, more comfy saddle, and passenger backrest. Additional accessories such as engine guards, bags, and various other bits are also available. So yes, it's a simple motorcycle which won't be breaking any land speed records anytime soon. But that's not what it was built to do. It was built to be a stylish cruiser, and looking at it, mission accomplished. Now, I haven't seen this bike in the flesh or in the steel, but the pictures look really good. The air-cooled motor looks clean with a minimum of visible plumbing and no big radiator up front. Yes, it does have a small oil rad, but that's nowhere near as unsightly as liquid-cooled bikes. Let's be real, this bike's performance will be nowhere near a Sportster Nightster, but neither will its price. We don't know what that will be yet, but an Interceptor 650 currently lists between $6,150 and $6,850 US depending on the color and finish. I'd give you the Canadian price, but Royal Enfield does not list it on a Canadian website for some reason. Don't know what's up with that. Either way, expect the Super Meteor to be a bit more expensive, but not much. It's way less expensive than any Harley or Indian you'll find. And even though the Super Meteor will be slower than the new liquid-cooled cruisers from those brands, it will have one giant advantage: customization. If you are looking to build a chopper, bobber, or anything that looks vintage, this is by far the best reasonably priced platform. It's hard to make a liquid-cooled motor look vintage. Triumph does the best job of it, but even their motors don't look as good as Royal Enfield's. You can look clean through these engines, unimpeded by wires and hoses, and that is a feature prized by custom builders. You want a modern, reliable, vintage-looking cruiser? There you go, the perfect blank canvas for building the bike of your dreams. Royal Enfield would do well to send a few of these out to custom builders and let them go to town. Yes, it's a parallel twin, not a V-twin, but with a 270-degree crank and S&S exhaust, it sounds proper. Here's an Interceptor 650 with S&S slip-ons. And this engine looks classic in its own right. British P-twins were almost as common as American V-twins back in the day. Imagine if Royal Enfield expanded the line to something with a 21-inch front wheel, mini apes, and a peanut tank. There would be a lot of amateur tinkerers running out to get that bike and make it their own. Barring that, they'll get the Super Meteors and just turn them into sweet customs. Hell, they're already chain-driven, so no need for chain conversions. One can't help to think that Harley would sell a lot of bikes if they released something like this, not to mention attracting younger riders. So, as Harley-Davidsons move up in price, it seems Royal Enfields are filling the void. And it's not like Royal Enfield is a pretender churning out Harley clones. They're a legitimate classic brand with a rich history of their own, a longer history than Harley's. So what do you think of the Super Meteor? Does it inspire you to chop off every unneeded bit, stick on a loud pipe, and ride it the entire length of US Route 66? Or are you more the modern-day Sportster Nightster type? Well, it's great to have choices. Please leave your thoughts in the comments and keep on chugging, my friends.
If you're interested in any of the gear that Brooke and I wear or use, or the camera equipment we use to film this channel, the links are below. Everything listed there was bought with our own money, and we are not sponsored by any company. However, the links below are affiliate links, and the channel is paid a small amount for referring you to shop at no additional cost to you. We do not recommend any products that we are not satisfied with ourselves, but we do strongly urge you to do your research and select the correct size for items like helmets and clothing. As always, thanks for watching, your support is greatly appreciated. Please hit that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, and leave a comment below. And whatever you ride, enjoy it. Wave at other bikers no matter what they're riding. We're all part of a brotherhood and sisterhood. Keep the rubber side down, shiny side up, and may the spokes be with you.